and welcome to First Love Yourself, where love, life, and Christ combine. I am so grateful to have you here on this journey of self discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we are going to talk about being stuck and how to get from being numb. But before we get started, if you're new here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more uplifting and empowering content like this. So get comfortable because we are about to get into it. Let's go. Okay, so forgive me for all of the everything seems like it's all over the place. It's just because I am having difficulty with the lighting and a couple other things, and then my phone's about to die. So this is gonna be a real quick video because I mean, however long God wants this video to go is how it's gonna go today. Because other than that, the phone probably gonna die. So let's talk about being numb. I know, like, sometimes in life we can get to a situation or a period in life where we start to get stuck. And it just feels like I'm not feeling passionate about the things that I'm doing. I don't feel like I have the energy to do the things that I want to do anymore. It feels like I had this purpose and this passion and this zeal for this thing. And now all of a sudden I'm in this season where I don't know what to do with my life. And when you get to a season like that, the very first thing you should do is stop and seek God above everything else. I know some people watching this video are like, oh, you always got to bring God into it. Of course, like, I'm always going to bring God into this conversation. And I'm not saying it to offend anyone. I'm not saying it to be, just holier than thou or anything like that. I'm saying it because for me, God works for my life. And God is the thing that never changes. Like, when the people around you change, when the world changes, when you don't know what to do, when you don't know where to go, God is going to always be the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Like, He's going to always be that same God who keeps His promises, who tells the truth, who cannot lie. He's always going to be the same God who said those words in the scripture, and nothing that He says, He never goes back on His word. And earlier today, I was listening to this podcast, and it was talking about there were 7 signs of, I think it was with Christy Wright, and it said something about 7 signs to determining how to go against the adversary. And all of the points that she wrote were amazing. But one of the things that stood out to me the most was control. And she said that sometimes the adversary will entice you with control. You get so caught up in a situation in your life where you just feel comfortable. You feel comfortable with that relationship. You feel comfortable in that job. And you forget that God wants more for you. You forget that you want more for yourself. Because it just seems so enticing to be there because you know what's going to happen. It's predictable. You know that X is going to treat you this way. You don't have to expect nothing else out of him. You know, this job, you can only cap out right here. Like, you want to cap out. So you don't have any other motivation. You don't have anything else in your mind for going to the next level or leveling up or doing better because you're too comfortable, too complacent in life. And I think it's time for us to really get unstuck, to stop being numb. And if you want to stop being numb, here are a couple things, an acronym for numb, that I think will be helpful for you. The first thing is negativity. When you are constantly focused on being unthankful and ungrateful and just talking about all the bad things in life and having this cynicism circulate in your mind or cycle throughout your brain, you're constantly telling yourself, I can never do this. Oh, it must be nice for this person. You're saying, oh, I'll never be in a healthy relationship. No one will ever treat me that way. I'll never be in a job making this much money. But you could be in all those things. You could be in a healthy relationship. You could be at a job that pays great money. You could be making millions on billions on racks on stacks on packs of money, but it's just your mindset. You're not believing in yourself. You're not believing in God. You're not believing that God is the God of abundance. You're not believing that you can do exceedingly and abundantly above anything that you could ever ask, think, or imagine with God in your life. Like, when you got God, let me tell you something. He will do things that don't make no sense. It will be like, there's no way I'm in this room right now taking this photograph. There's no way I'm in this meeting right now in this job that I only dreamed of. Like, doing the things that I could have never imagined that I would be able to do in my life. But God. God can open doors and opportunities that you never thought were possible. But it's going to have to start with your mindset. You have to stop being ungrateful for the things that you have in life, saying, oh, I'm just in this small house. No, think about the house that you about to live in. That mansion that's got all them rooms in it that you're about to be in. You got to think like that. You got to think and believe that you're already where you want to go. I was listening to this video a long time ago. It was a video with Ao, and there was this guy who was like a millionaire or something in it, or he made racks on packs of money. Okay, that's the main point. And he was talking about the things that he did. He started reading books. He started to visualize his life being more successful, and those were the things that really propelled him into purpose. Those are the things that really got him to be where he wanted to be, in a position that he wanted to be in life, because he believed it for himself. He started to read books like Think and Grow Rich, or The Magic of Believing. And these are just a few names, just to throw out a few, so that if you really want to read, if you really want to learn, if you really are trying to grow, you can start to obtain that knowledge through reading, through research, through Googling different things that you want to try to find out in life. I went, because of this podcast, I went and sat in this car. That's my dream car. I'm gonna put it out there, but it is what it is. I went and sat in a Porsche 911 turbo, right? And when you sit in that car, when you sit in your dream car, it does something to your mind. You got this motivation inside of you, not just for materialistic objects, but being able to see beyond your stagnation, being able to see beyond where you're positioned in life right now, and seeing where you're actually going. It really does something to the inside of you and gives you motivation that you never even thought that you would be able to have in life. But you have to do that for yourself. You have to say you want better, and you have to really make those and take those steps to be a better person. You can't just get it just because you got your hand out and just because you're Christian. Like, some people think, oh, because I'm a believer, God's just going to give me everything. Faith without works is dead. You have to really be able to say, okay, I want this thing, so I'm going to do what it takes to go after it. If God is saying that you're going to own this business, start taking business classes to learn about how to run a business. If you're saying that you want a model, start learning different poses so that you can become a model. It might not be the model that you thought you were going to be. You might be a brand ambassador. You might have some sort of agency that takes you on, that has you do all these marketing, public speaking engagements, or whatever else. But you have to start prepping in the off season for the thing that God is trying to get you into. You can't just go there and all of a sudden have this knowledge out of nowhere. No, God is going to open the door, but you have to be ready when you get there. You have to prep for that thing that you want. You can't just show up there and know all the answers. No, this is a learning season. When you're in this prepping season, the waiting season, and when you get there, you're going to constantly be learning, constantly developing, changing, and evolving. But in order to do that, it starts with your mind. What are you telling yourself every day? Are you telling yourself that you can't do it? Or are you telling yourself, I can do anything I put my mind to? Are you telling yourself that I don't believe that this is possible? Or are you saying that with God, all things are possible? You have to really flip everything that you're saying that's negative in your mind for a positive thing, in order to stop being numb, in order to start moving forward in life. The second thing is unbelief. Sometimes the reason why you are stuck, the reason why you don't believe anything, is because you forget all the things that God did in the past. I know I said this in a previous video, but it is so important for the people that did not watch that video to know that when you forget, when you get spiritual amnesia, which Michael Todd came up with, I thought that was my thing, but it's a Michael Todd thing apparently. When you get spiritual amnesia and you forget all of the blessings, all of the good things God's done in your life, it makes it impossible for you to move forward. That thing will keep you stuck. It will keep allowing you to see the things that you don't have. You'll see your friends all having kids when you want a kid. You'll see all your friends getting married when you want to get married. You'll see people going into position that you want to be into, but you can't get there because you forgot that God did it before. When you start to write down a list of the things that God has already done for you, like waking you up in the morning, that's His grace and mercy. When you see that He had put clothes on your back and maybe you didn't have clothes previously, when you see that your health is good and your health used to be bad, when you can see all of the things that God has done in your life in the past, it will really change you. It will make you the person that you want to be, because you know that God is going to do everything He said He's going to do. When he said that you are going to become a millionaire and your bank account starts decreasing, you have to remember, no, God said that it's he you decrease so that He can increase. So when you start to seek Him first, you don't have no your life has no other response than increasing, than improving, than going up. Because with God, you are always going to increase. You're always going to have prosperity. It might not look like what you think it's going to look like, but you are going to have prosperity in your life. But you have to remember what God has done in the past. You have to remember that He did come through in the past, that He did bring you through that last relationship. Don't go back, don't double back, don't spin the block. Like, if you prayed for God to get you out of something and you know you don't have no business being there, keep moving forward because you got things to do in life. Like, you got to keep on acting like you want more in life. That is how you get unstuck. The next thing you got to do is you got to be motivated. And you do this by having an A team. You got to have people around you that really want better for you, and you got to want better for yourself. So not only do you believe in yourself, not only have you seen what God has done for you in the past, but you also have people around you that want you to succeed. They're telling you about classes that are going to help you improve. They're telling you about the error of your ways in a loving way, not just trying to knock you down and be a hater, but they really are around you like they your A team. They really got your back like nobody else. They're the ones that are there that are cheering you on when you don't cheer yourself on. When you getting ready to have a pity party, they're like, "Oh, we ain't got time for that today. We are only talking about positivity. We're only thinking about improving and doing the things that we can do in life that are going to increase us. We don't have no time to look back at the past because the past helped us become who we are right now. So keep moving forward. Keep allowing those good people to be a part of your life. Don't put up a wall just because the bad people, you needed to keep them out. No, it's time for you to allow the right people in, to allow that woman that treats you right to be a part of your life, that man that treats you right to be a part of your life, your family members who really got your back like that to really be in your life, egging you on. You got to really have people around you who really want the best for you. Even if they can't see your vision and it's a vision that's between you and God, you got to have somebody that's got your back. Like, okay, I don't know what this is about, but if God said it, we in there. Like, we 10 toes down in this thing. Like, you ain't got to worry because I got your back like chiropractic. Like, you got to know that you know that you know that these people rock with you like that. Like, you don't have nobody that got ill manners. I mean, ill will. You don't have nobody that's like really wishing that you would fail. No, all of these people want you to win and you want them to win. It goes both ways. You can't just have somebody have your back and then you sitting over there like, oh, I don't like when they more successful than me. No, if they're successful, that should be motivation for you to keep moving forward. That should be like, oh, they doing it. If God did it for them, I know God can do it for me. And not in a competition kind of way, in a I'm motivated now. God, I see that you working in this area. I see that marriages are in this area. I see that good men are in this area. I see that babies are in this area. I see that a job making millions on or billions, a billion of dollars is in this area. So I know that I'm close enough to this blessing that I can receive it. So I'm ready for it. I'm prepping in the off season, and I know it's possible. You have to believe it. And last but not least, believe it. You got to believe in God and you got to believe in yourself. When you're speaking positivity over yourself, you can't just say, I know I can do it. No, you have to believe it. You have to have faith, even the size of a mustard seed. You have to say, okay, this is obtainable because I see other people doing it. Because not only because I see other people doing it, but because I read the word and I know that God's done it in the past. I can see how he did it for Moses. I can see how he did it for Joshua when Moses went as far as he possibly could. I could see how he did it for David with Goliath. I could see how he did it with Noah. I could see how he did it with Mary, even though nobody wanted to believe that she was a Virgin Mary, but yet, even though she was going to be criticized, she still continued to follow and have faith in God, knowing that he was going to see her through. You have to really believe and know that you know whose you are and who you are. So nobody can talk you out of your purpose. Because people who can't see the vision that God placed on your life will always tell you why it's impossible. They will always tell you that you can't accomplish these things. They will always tell you that you're not going to be good enough, that you're too short, too fat, too skinny, too whatever. They always going to have some kind of opinion or something, some reason why you can't obtain the things that God told you that you would be able to do in life, but you can accomplish everything that God says that you can do in life. There is nothing that you can do that you can't do in life with God on your side. If God is for you, he is more than the entire world against you. And you have to always remember that. You have to always believe. Know that you're more precious than rubies. Know that you're a royal priesthood and a holy nation. Know that you are blessed coming and going, that you're the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Know that you are everything God created you to be. Nothing more, nothing less but God's best. Like you were everything that God intended for you to be in life. And once you believe that, you're unstoppable. Imagine your dream life and you got it. God got you and you got this. Remember that and remember